Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 73. Lord Krishna blesses the liberated kings. So we will be doing from text 7 till text 10. And I will be reading the verses from 7 to 9. And then we will recite the 10th verse together. Verse 7. Krishna sandarshnalada dhavasta samrodhana klamaha prashasam surishikesham girbihi pranjalayo nṛpaḥ. Translation. The ecstasy of beholding Lord Krishna having dispelled the weariness of their imprisonment, the kings stood with joined palms and offered words of praise to that supreme master of the senses. Text 8. Rājana uchu namaste deva devasa prapannarti haravaya prapannam pahina Krishna nirvinnam ghora samstritehe. Translation. The king said, obeisances to you, O Lord of the ruling demigods, O destroyer of your surrendered devotees' distress. Since we have surrendered to you, O inexhaustible Krishna, please save us from this terrible material life, which has made us so despondent. Verse 9. Nainam nathanu suyamo magadham madhusudana anugraho yad bhavato rājyam rājya-চ্যুতার vibho. Translation. O Master Madhusudana, we do not blame this king of Magadha, since it is actually by your mercy that kings fall from their royal position, O Almighty Lord. It is purport. It is significant that upon seeing Lord Krishna and thus becoming purified of their sins, the kings did not feel any mundane hatred or bitterness toward Jarasandha, who had imprisoned them. Simply by seeing Lord Krishna, the kings came to the position of Krishna consciousness and spoke these verses, which show deep spiritual wisdom. And then verse 10. Rājyaiśvarya-madonnaddho na śreyo vindate nṛpaḥ tvan-māyā-mohito nityā manyate sampado acalāḥ rājyaiśvarya-madonnaddho na śreyo vindate nṛpaḥ tvan-māyā-mohito nityā manyate sampado acalāḥ rājyaiśvarya-madonnaddho na śreyo vindate nṛpaḥ tvan-māyā-mohito anityā manyate sampado acalāḥ. Mataji's. Tvan-māyā-mohito nityā. Manyate sampado rājyaiśvarya-madonnaddho. Śreyo vindate tvan-māyā-mohito nityā. Manyate sampado calāḥ. Word to word meaning: rājya with sovereignty, aiśvarya and opulence, mada by the intoxication, unnaddhaḥ becoming unrestrained, na does not, śreyaḥ real benefit, vindate obtain, nṛpaḥ a king, tvat your, maya by the potency of illusion, mohitaḥ deluded, anityā temporary, manyate he thinks, sampadaḥ assets, acalāḥ permanent. Translation and purport by the followers of Srila Prabhupada. Translation: infatuated with his opulence and ruling power, a king loses all self-restraint and cannot obtain his true welfare. Thus, bewildered by your illusory energy, he imagines his temporary assets to be permanent. Purport: the word unnaddhaḥ indicates that one who is intoxicated by false pride goes beyond the boundaries of proper behavior. Human life is meant to be governed by dharma, spiritual principles for gradual advancement to the perfection of Krishna consciousness. Blinded by wealth and power, however, a foolish person does not hesitate to act whimsically against the laws of nature and God. Unfortunately, this is now the situation in the prosperous Western countries. Om ajnana timirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai shri guruve namaha. Shri Chaitanya manobhishtam stapitam yena bhutale swayam rupa kadamayam dadati swapadantikam vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatta Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, there was once a king, and during the king's time, when there was monarchy, they used to have many ministers and pandits. And this king used to have fun by asking various questions which was difficult to answer. And he was it's like he was dual personality. Sometimes he was very jolly, and sometimes in jolliness he used to kill people when they were not able to answer. So once he asked his Pandit, I know many things, but I don't know what is the daily work of God. Can you tell me what is the daily work of God? And Pandit said, oh, it's easy. Creation. Yeah, but that is one-time business. What is the daily work of God? He said, oh, I'll refer to the scriptures and come back to you. And when he said like this, the king was not so pleased. He said, oh, I have a Pandit who doesn't know the answer of this. And he said, better you answer me within 1 week, otherwise you will lose your head. And then in this panic situation, the Pandit went to his home, opened all the Shastras, and still was not able to conclude, due to many reasons, fear that what is the daily work of God. And the week was ending, and the time was coming nearby. So he just wanted to find some excuse, and he said, oh, my relative is sick. So he made an excuse and he left. He was leaving the village. When he was about to leave the kingdom, at the verge of leaving the kingdom, there was one of his disciples, a small cowherd man, simple person, and he saw his Guru. Guru Maharaj, where are you going? And why are you so much in panic and distress? And then he shared the situation that our king has lost his intelligence, he is asking stupid questions, and then if you don't answer, he will kill you. So okay, tell me, what's the question? He's asking, what is the daily work of God? So simple. And this point is, so simple. I gave my whole week, I was still not able to answer. Then he thought with his cunning mind, okay, let me take this disciple, keep him in the front. If he doesn't answer, the king will kill him. I will be saved. Took the disciple, and then he said proudly, oh dear king, your question was so easy that I will tell my disciple to answer this question. It's so easy. Then the disciple came front, then he offered his obeisances, and then the king said, better he answers. Then the disciple said, king, as per the Vedic scriptures, it said that the one who is answering the question has a higher position than the one who is asking the question. So as for this, you are sitting on the throne and I am sitting on the ground. So we need to do something as per the scriptures. And the king, when he heard that he has to come down on the ground and this small cowherd wala will sit on the throne, he got so upset. He said to his soldier, if he doesn't answer, give him nice punishment. Then they swapped the position, and he was very, very angry, getting more and more angrier. And then the cowherd boy said, king, your question has been answered. Your question has been answered. And then he got more angry. Like, what is the answer? Still not able to figure out. Then he said, wait a minute. The daily work of God is to pull down those who are proud and elevate those who are humble. This is the daily work of God. And this is what we see in so many pastimes. Just like the Kauravas, they were so proud when they got their kingdom. Samba, he tried to kidnap Lakshmana. And they caught him and they were like not ready to leave him. And Balram came, okay, young boy, it happens, okay. But they were insulting. What do you think, you Yadavas, cowherdwala? You think that you will sit on a throne like this and sit on our head? And he was abusing Krishna also. They lost their intelligence, got bewildered. And then Balram lost his control. And then what he did? He took his, haldar. Yesterday Balram was holding hal. And he was dragging the whole, this kingdom into the Yamuna. And when they got scared, they came to intelligence and they said, oh, sorry, please forgive us. Due to our bewilderment of intelligence, we were not able to understand, and please forgive us. So, this is normal in the material world, to get bewildered. Such a nice kirtan, Prabhu. I did such a nice kirtan. Oh, such a rascal, Prabhu. Oh, he is calling me a rascal. But Prabhu says, they praise you or they doesn't praise you. What you have to do? You are a spirit soul, your relationship is to serve Krishna eternally. How does it matter to you? But those who are bodily attached, they get affected by the positive side and by the negative side also. So the world monarchy is now no more existing. It just, they have some fort and something, it's almost empty. So in one of the purports in 4th Canto, Prabhupada says, that why did monarchy failed? So the monarchy, the main duty was to help the praja, which includes animals and the living, all the living beings, to make the arrangement that they get elevated to higher consciousness. Everybody gets the right to exist, nobody is killed unnecessarily, and they get a chance to practice devotional service. So if that duty is not performed and the monarch is just taking taxes, this tax and that tax, then they are doing irreligious activities. And that's why Prabhupada says in the purport that material nature, the laws of nature, she finished off this monarchy. It's by the influence of Maya that monarchy is finished. There is no more monarchy nowadays. And then we have another kind of thing which is, we all know nowadays. One stupid person will vote and decide who will be the leader of the government and the state. So that was not the system, it was more of a culture where it's the person is made responsible for his role. Just like we in temple, we don't allow anyone to just enter the temple. He's entered, he's trained as a new bhakta, basic etiquettes, and after training, he is allowed to take some responsible services, become an eligible representative of ISKCON or Krishna consciousness movement. So this is a way, not like, okay, Radhe Radhe, and then he's not able to give up his chai and so many bad habits. No, not like that. He's trained and then he's put into a situation where he can take responsibilities. But monarchy, they were not doing that, and that's why, and they were just using the taxes for their own sense gratification. But still, oh, I'm Kshatriya, I'll go for animal killing. Killing innocent animals just for their pleasure, oh, shooting and hunting. But this whole process of killing the animals is to train the Kshatriya. When they go for the battlefield, they are not like shivering. When they have to fight with the enemy, it's your enemy or it's your friend, whatever it is. It's not easy to kill, your hand shivers. So they don't get such weaknesses, they are training themselves by practicing this. And then they have to fight for the kingdom. Nowadays people are so proud. In the car they put a tag, Kshatriya. And the person comes is a small heighted person. Kshatriya means a warrior. But where is the warrior spirit? Forget about warrior spirit. Where is the service spirit? So that is not present. That's why it was finished. It was ended. So here also the kings are saying that we lost our opulence. Why? Because we were proud. We were proud and we lost our opulence. So when we are proud, we start giving up our real duties. We think what I like, that is duty and that is dharma. We create our own dharma. Just like these demons, Hiranyakashipu, what were they doing? They were stopping the yagyas, the deity worship, and they were killing the cows. They were killing the brahmanas. Why? You worship me. Ravana, you worship me. This is their whole trend. Vena also, right? King Vena, he did the same thing, stopped everything and worshipped me. So when we are proud, we want to be the center of attention. It's all about me. Me. That's it. And in spiritual consciousness, it's all about Krishna. And when you talk about Krishna, it means the pleasure of devotees also. So Kanishta, he doesn't care about devotees, he just cares about himself. Me and my Krishna, Radhe Radhe, oh my Krishna. When then someone says service, Radhe Radhe, I will do my own so-called speculative thing. No. When you say you love Krishna, it means you love his devotees also. That's the basic thing. You can't say I just love only Krishna. Then you won't be given the adhikar to enter into the higher realm of devotional service. You will be in the Kanishta category only, not Madhyam. Madhyam adhikari. He gets the adhikar to experience those things. He gets fixed. He doesn't get bewildered. But if you are just neophyte, then it's difficult. That's why Prabhupada instructed. Come to the Madhyam level. Come to the Madhyam level. How to come to that level? By associating, by serving, by following the instructions of senior devotees. This is how you can do that. Yesterday we were hearing the class. Like the mind, He just always complains, always finding faults. But keep the mind aside, follow Guru and Krishna, follow the authorities. It's simple, but the mind makes it complicated. The mind makes it more and more tough. And then you think you are God. And we have example in Krishna book that Pondraka, he got so bewildered that he challenged Krishna. He sent a letter to his messenger, "You imitator." And this messenger was reading the message in the assembly, and all others were also present. "You imitator, you have taken this symbol of Sudarshana and this and that, and you think you're Vasudev? I am the real Vasudev. Give up this false position that you have taken up and accept and surrender unto me. I have come to give shelter to such foolish people." And when Krishna heard that, he was so angry. Then he replied, "Tell him his time aa gaya hai, his time is up." And then he went, and there was the Pondrak, and then there was King of Kashi also there, and they all came with their Akshauhini Sena. And this Pondrak, he came with this imitating Sudarshana, Gada, Shank and Kamal. He didn't have 4 hands or something like that. He was just attaching himself with this imitation. And interestingly, all others were accepting him. This is very interesting. That's why we need to always have 3 checks: Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. The people around us, they may please, "Oh Prabhu, you're so nice, you can never make a mistake." But when you see Sadhu is saying something else, Guru, Shastra is saying something else, you should know, "Oh, I might be wrong." So that's why you should not surround yourself with fools. Those who have their own personal agenda. That's why Bali Maharaj rejected his spiritual master, Shukracharya, right? He rejected him. Why? Because he was acting for his own benefit. And he was saying, "Don't serve Vishnu. Indirectly serve me, what my needs." So similarly, if you have people around you who just pleasing you, that's why it's important to stay in devotee association. And it's tough also to stay in devotee association, because they, every now and then, they correct you. They push you. They smash your ego. Our spiritual master, I always say, we love our spiritual master when he's smiling, not instructing. But when he instructs, he cuts our ego. He smashes it into powder, fine powder, because our ego is like a big block of concrete. Now we have construction going on. We have M10, M30, M45 concrete. Very, very strong concrete. It's like, this is our situation. Difficult to break. That's why it needs to be crushed. But if you are at your home and you are surrounded by people who likes you to be at home and don't go anywhere else, "Oh, you're so nice." And then you will be in your own bubble of Krishna consciousness. "Oh, I'm so pure, I'm so nice." No correction, no instructions. So this doesn't work. You have to come in devotee association where seniors are there, where highly elevated devotees are there, and then try to serve them. And then things that are important to them becomes important to you. For us, reading, okay, 1 hour. For seniors, they can read 5 to 6 hours. Impossible. But they are doing that. They're doing that. So much reading they are doing. Why? Because they have developed the taste by doing so much service. After so many years with proper consciousness, they have developed a taste for chanting and hearing and doing kirtan, glorifying. So we have to associate with them. Otherwise, we'll be like Pondraka, imitator, devotee, mithyachari, devotee but imitator devotee. So Pondraka, he came out with his so-called Sudarshana, and when Krishna saw that, he was laughing like anything. To his full satisfaction, he was laughing, and then he came into action and killed. Khatam. Within few seconds he killed them. And the king of Kashi also got killed, and his son got upset, Sudikshana. And he wanted to take revenge. He also lost his intelligence. And then he arranged some black art, black magic kind of thing. He chanted some mantra given by Lord Shiva, and he sent this demon to kill Krishna. Krishna sent his Sudarshan, take care of them, and they all came back, the ghost of Shiva and these Rakshas also. And it said that if in dark magic, if the person who is supposed to be killed, he doesn't get killed due to some reason or other, that thing comes to kill back to the original person who created that negative element. And this is how Sudikshana also got killed. But the killing was not due to demon. The killing was due to this demonic attitude that I am controller, I am the enjoyer, I am the proprietor. So we might have given up the dressing style. We have starting wearing this kanti, 3 rounds, more elevated, right? And then we have thread. But if we have this subtle thing, I am the proprietor, me and mine, then I will be the enjoyer, and I will do benefit for you. I am your well-wisher. This is the last snare of Maya, Prabhupada says in Bhagavatam 1st canto. That to think that I am the well-wisher. No. We hear that Srila Prabhupada also is saying that I am servant of my disciples. I am serving my disciples by bringing them Krishna consciousness. This is my service. So, that's why we need to be very careful, and we have to hear such pastimes so that we come to a real consciousness, which is Krishna consciousness. And this is what happened when Krishna came in front of these kings. They came to their real Krishna consciousness. And they realized that when they saw Krishna, they immediately offered obeisances. This is what we see every time. And yesterday also you were saying, whenever they see Krishna, dandavat. Immediately dandavat. That's why there is an injection. You see that it is pranam. You see your spiritual master? Pranam. Because this is the real position. To be always conscious that I am the servant. I am the servant. That's why so many pranams. Coming inside, knock knock, pranam. Coming in there, Guru Srila Prabhupada, pranam. Then again the deities, pranam. Going outside, again pranam. Why? Again and again to remind yourself that you are the servant, not the master. Don't allow the mind to sneak in and say, oh, see, you are so nice, you are so good, you are better than others. Then pride comes and then you think, I'm better than God also. And this is what happens. I think so the God brother of Madhavendra Puri, he was criticizing Madhavendra Puri. If what's this sentimental emotions you are exhibiting? So he offended devotees, then he offended his guru, and then he offended Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. You are eating sweets. This is a sign. These ants are the sign that you are eating sweets. And then we all know devastating results. So that's why there should be always check on our consciousness, and it will be possible when we are in association. When we come for the morning program, we come for the classes, then it will be possible. We do services with devotees. In the corner is difficult to do. With devotees is the main essence. So, when the king saw the Lord, they were so happy. They are so happy. And we have to understand, it's mentioned in the previously, in the 1st to 6th verse, their skin were dried. They were not able to take bath, not able to eat properly, do proper sun. But when they saw Krishna, they all forgot everything. They were into ecstasy. The master of the senses was here, and as per the master, he was pleasing them. It's mentioned when Krishna came in front of Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj got bewildered. It said, Drigbhyam prapasyan prapiban eva. That his senses were acting like that. Through his eyes, he was drinking the beauty of Krishna. Through his eyes, he was drinking. The senses were acting transcendentally. Through his eyes, he was drinking Krishna. And then he wanted to offer some prayers, but he got bewildered. What to say? And then Krishna, as Paramatma, he understood. He said, okay, conch shell. Now you start speaking. And then he started speaking the narration, glorifying Krishna. And there Prabhupada mentions that every devotee wants to chant the transcendental qualities of the Lord. Devotees are always interested in hearing about the Lord's transcendental qualities, and they are always eager to glorify these qualities. But sometimes they feel inconvenienced by humbleness, and that's why the personality of God being situated in their heart, He helps them. He helps them. So that's why when you pray, before speaking anything, you start praying to Krishna, to your Guru. Please, mukam karoti vachalam, pangum langayate girim, yat kripatam aham vande Shri Guru Dinataranam. I am a stammer. I stammer. So, by your mercy, I can speak poetic verses about Krishna. I can glorify Krishna. I cannot walk. I am, handicapped. But by your mercy, I can climb mountains. I can cross over this material nature. So this was the ecstasy that they experienced, and they forgot all the situation. And this is what we see in Mahaprabhu's time also, when The whole day they were doing preaching, and in the night they were not sleeping. It's enough service now we will sleep. No. Hare Krishna Kirtan. Shiva Sangan was full of Kirtan every night, and not everybody was allowed. Only devotees. So one Brahmana was there. He was surviving on milk. So austere. And Mahaprabhu said, I'm not feeling that ecstasy. Something is wrong here. So this Brahmana is the issue. This Brahmana is the issue. He thinks austerity can make you eligible to get Krishna. No. Only love for Krishna. By serving Krishna you can be possible. By glorifying Krishna you will get that ecstasy. And this was the most important thing for Shivas. The ecstasy of Mahaprabhu. And that was the priority. No matter what happened. Someone is dying, no problem. Mahaprabhu ecstasy should not get disturbed. This is what happened. His son, he died. And the ladies, they were crying and shouting, the son is dying. And he was young. And they were lamenting. And this noise was coming out. And she was heard that these ladies, mad ladies, they are crying unnecessarily, sentimentalist. They disturb Mahaprabhu. And he chastised them. If you don't stop crying now, I will commit suicide. Don't disturb Mahaprabhu's ecstasy. And he came outside and Mahaprabhu understood the situation. And then he made them realize the transcendental relationship of the soul and Krishna by making the soul come back and speaking about transcendental knowledge. So ecstasy is interesting with devotees. Once Srila Prabhupada was opening his trunk, and in his trunk there were many different things. First canto Bhagavatam and some pamphlets also. In one pamphlet there was one photo of Prabhupada where you see he was so grave that one of his skin is like this. So grave. You will feel like he's so much sad. And this is what Yadurani Mataji said, Prabhupada. You look so sad. And Prabhupada said, no, this was my moment of greatest ecstasy. I was ecstatic because I am now preaching my Guru Maharaj message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and this is my greatest ecstasy. So I was not upset. I was very, very happy. So yes, a devotee of Godhead is he who glorifies the personality of Godhead by transcendental ecstasy. This ecstasy is a byproduct of profound love for the Supreme Lord, which is also attained by the same process of glorification. By Kirtan, you will be getting ecstasy. Krishna Prem kab aayega? When will Krishna Prem come? You glorify Krishna. It will come when it is meant to come. The whole process is to glorify Krishna, especially in this Kali Yuga, when nobody wants to glorify Krishna. They don't want to surrender to Krishna. So sometimes during morning walk, Prabhupada make their disciples, okay, you become atheist, you become some Mayavadi, and then let's argue. And in one argument, Panchadravida is mentioned here in the conversation, that why do you blame us, the normal people, that we are not surrendered to Krishna? Your own people are not surrendered. The devotees are also not surrendered. Like how they not surrender? They come to us and beg money to us. Why they need our money? If they surrender to Krishna, why they need to beg to us? And then Prabhu said, we should not ask money for them. And then they should give away this book freely and depend on Krishna. Why they ask money? Prabhu said, why shall I give you? Why shall I give you? And one devotee says, but Krishna is the proprietor of everything. Why he has to ask me? If Krishna is the proprietor, then why send his devotees to ask me? And Prabhupada says, he's proprietor of your money also. That's why you are supposed to give him. You are supposed to give him. So surrender, Prabhupada says, the one who is surrendered, he is a devotee. One who is not surrendered, he is trying to become a devotee. Yesterday, one devotee, few days back, in one of the class, one devotee was asking Prabhuji, when we perform devotional service, we are so much distressed. And I stopped him. Do you think we are performing devotional service? We might be at the gate of devotional service. Just like if you are at the gate of the temple, you are not in the temple, you are at the gate. So we might be at the gate of bhakti and we think we are in bhakti. We are outside bhakti. We are trying to lick the honey outside by licking the bottle. No, you have to taste it by following the process. And that's why the devotees, they follow only one process. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because by this process they are sure that they will be saved from this material existence. And this is what the kings are praying to Krishna. Please save us from this illusory energy. In prayers of Kulashekara, there's one sentence. Bhava lunthana kobi deiti natha. Bhava lunthana. That you are an expert plunderer. How? You still your devotees from the cycle of birth and death. You don't allow them to take birth again. You steal them. How? By stealing their heart. By changing their desire to serve you. That's why one poet says, if you are going to Vrindavan, don't go to Keshi Ghat. Don't go there. There's a black serpent there. Black serpent. If he bites you, you will forget about your family, you will forget about your job, you will forget about every material desire. What you will do? Only Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So don't go there. Don't go there. Save yourself. Because Krishna takes the important position. So sometimes when initially we come to Krishna consciousness, devotees say, oh Prabhu, just chant some rounds, take prasadam and enjoy. And then they say, oh Prabhu, not 4 rounds, 16 rounds. Okay, rounds. And then regulative principles also. And my God, they're increasing the demand. And why you're working outside? Come in temple. Surrender everything. Okay, they're asking more and more. So this is what Krishna does. He takes a small corner in the home. Okay, this is your place. Then he demands more and more and more. And when I hear this word demand, I remember Radha Vinodilal, the duty of Loknath Goswami. He was demanding Loknath Goswami, prepare for me. And I don't know how some other, when I always go to Jaipur, I go to Radha Vinodji, and this pujari, he pushes me, tells me, itna sa phal laya, only so many fruits, such less fruits, go, bring more fruits. Go, bring more garlands. I brought garland, no. Oh, Mogra garland, bring more garland. So already purchased items around 300 rupees and he asking me to go. So demanding. So Krishna demands more and more. And this is how devotees also demand more and more. And by such demands, where will be the time to listen to the demands of the mind and the senses? Why we will be act on the Vega, Manasa Vega, Krodha Vega, Jiva Vega, Durapastha Vega? No time. Because Krishna has occupied everything. He is the master of the senses. And this is what we have to do. By associating with devotees, we can save ourselves from this. So how this is possible? Anupashita mahacharnaha. In Bhagavatam 5th canto, there is a prayer that, Dear Lord, unless one worships the lotus feet of great devotees, one will be conquered by Maya, illusory energy. And definitely his intelligence will be bewildered. If we don't take shelter of devotee of Krishna, our intelligence will be bewildered. And then we'll be carried away by the waves of this material enjoyment. Oh, this is nice, that is nice, oh, this is not nice. No. So that's why you have to take shelter, and by this shelter, Aha Prabhu Karo Daya, Deho More Padachaya. Please give me shelter of your shadow of your lotus feet. So this is what we need to develop, this mood. And then we will be saved from this pride. So there is one devotee of Mahaprabhu. He was having leprosy, I think. And then he got cured. And then said, oh, now I'm cured, and now I will be proud. If I'm proud, how will we be able to chant Hare Krishna? How will I be able to serve Krishna? Mahaprabhu said, don't worry, just chant Hare Krishna, the pride will never touch you. Maya will never touch you. So that's why. Kirtaniya Sadahari. As Prabhuji was saying yesterday, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. And one more thing he said that if Krishna wants to save you, nobody can kill you. If Krishna wants to kill you, nobody can save you. It means depend on the situation which Krishna is creating in your life. Krishna wants that. Krishna wants that. And this is what devotees understand. They accept the situation in which they are put. That's why these kings, they didn't blame Jarasandha for their situation. Oh, we don't blame Jarasandha. It was by providence, our bad karma, that this happened. Even when we hear about Dharma, bull, 3 legs were broken, were damaged by the Kali. But when Parikshit Maharaj asked him, who did that? Oh, it's difficult to say. Kali, the culprit is there. Blame him. No, it's difficult to say. It's providence or it's my karma. It's difficult to judge. Because when you blame someone, you take the credit for blaming that. There's one story where one king was distributing prasadam in his kingdom, and he was giving in the dona to everyone. And while he was doing that, there was one eagle flying by with a snake in his mouth. And this was a poisonous snake. And the timing was that he was flying by, and one drop of that poison fell in one of the dona. And that guy who ate that prasadam, he died on the spot. And people immediately, oh, this king, nonsense. He wanted to kill innocent people, our praja, by poisoning us, trying to show charity and killing us. And they were blaming the king, like left and right. And Yamduts, they got confused that who will be responsible for this sin of killing this guy? Somebody should take the blame. And they came down. And everybody was saying in front of them, yes, the king must be blamed. But then Yamraj said, how the king can be blamed? Because he was doing a work of charity. He didn't want you to poison that. It happened out of the blue. Then he said, oh, the eagle must be blamed. Why? Because he was crossing by. Why he need to cross here? But how can you blame the eagle? It's his food. It's his right to eat his food. Then the snake must be blamed. How can you blame? The snake was trying to protect himself by biting the eagle, and by mistake, the poison fell down. Then it was difficult to conclude who will take the blame, who will take the sin. And then one guy continuously, no, the king should take the blame, he's nonsense, all Kshatriyas are nonsense. And then Yamdut said to Yamraj, we found a guy who will take the sin. The one who is blaming, the one who is criticizing, he will take the blame. So those who are wise in Krishna consciousness, transcendental wisdom, they don't blame, they accept. Parikshit Maharaj was cursed. You blame that small boy. Okay. Will of Krishna. So that's why we need to understand, and that's why we should not fight and struggle to get justice. Oh, such bad things are happening. Many people who left ISKCON or so many things and against ISKCON, they have only one reason. I was ill-treated. But it's your karma to get ill-treated. You are a Kali Yuga Jiva. Like there's so many yugas. Satyuga, there is one filter, chani, where you do chai chani. So Kali Yuga, the Satyuga get filtered, they get elevated and they liberated. Leftover, Treta Yuga. Leftover, Dvapar Yuga. And the rascals, they come in Kali Yuga. The bad ones, they come to Kali Yuga. So why we expect that we are very pure? We have such burden of sinful activities that it's not easy. But by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he showed mercy to Jagai Madai, the whole department which was dedicated to note down their sins got vanished in 1 second. In 1 second. So only by this mercy of Mahaprabhu, we can be eligible to go back to Godhead, not by so-called activities. And this is what we need to understand. And whatever position we are given, we must serve Krishna. And there's a nice pastime where Krishnadas, this is during the time when Radha Govindji was in Vrindavan, and the king of Jaipur, he got a dream. In the dream, he was offered so many nice prasadam of Govindji. And when he was tasting in the dream, he was feeling ecstasy, Krishna prem. And when he woke up, he wanted to go to Vrindavan to Govindji to taste that. But in the dream, he was asking, who made this prasad? And in the dream it was said, Krishna Das. This is the guy who made this prasad. And the king came and he inquired in Radha Govind temple, where is Krishna Das? I want to eat prasadam from him. We don't have any Krishna Das who is cooking for the Lord. There is no one like that. And they, no, but I saw that there is some Krishna Das. And they found that there is only one Krishna Das, the sweeper. The sweeper. The king was revealed that this sweeper is not an ordinary sweeper. While sweeping within the mind, he is making offering for the deities. And these offerings are accepted by the Lord, and the king was inspired so that he is given a chance to cook for the Lord. Because as he was in the lower caste, he was not given a chance to cook in the kitchen. But by the arrangement of the king, it will be possible. And after that, this Krishna Das was made the head cook. the head cook, to cook for Krishna. And this is what we need to understand. Whatever platform we are given, if it's devotional service, there is nothing to lament. If it's not devotional service, it's sense gratification, there are so many reasons to lament. And this is what the kings will be praying now. Lamenting their situation and taking shelter of Krishna. And now we have this process, how we can take shelter of Krishna? By chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, any questions, any comments? Yes.
So by surrendering to the spiritual master and obeying his orders, one can get blessings and realizations and understanding, not just by simply philosophical research or speculation or just even discussion. So we have so many expectations from the spiritual master, like, morning program, following rules and regulations and enthusiasm. What if we're just following the orders of the spiritual master in a religious, ceremonious way, but not really, with our mind and heart really into it? Because we still have some desires to enjoy in this world. Do we still get the blessings, or how does it work there? Is it just the activity of satisfying the spiritual master by fulfilling his orders, but not really being that conscientious or thoughtful about it?
Initially, when we're in the low stage of surrender, we get inspired by the result of devotional service. That's why we have every Bhagavatam ends with some benefit, which is material also. If you hear the pastime of calāḥ and Krishna, you will get a boon that no snake will bite you. So yes, it's attractive, but this is what people are at the level to get attracted by such benefits. But if we approach Krishna by the process of surrendering to his spiritual, his representative, then with time, slowly, you will get the benefit. And there is a pastime of calāḥ Krishna Das, right? He was servant of Nityananda Prabhu, and Mahaprabhu wanted to go to South India. So he was a neophyte, wanted to enjoy, and said, Mahaprabhu, don't go alone. At least take this, my new Bhakt, calāḥ Krishna. And calāḥ Krishna was filled with only desires. And then he went South India, and he was loitering here and there, spacing out. And then one group, I don't know what, Bhattahari, okay, they caught him. Oh, you come here, why you are serving this sadhu? Sadhu is, they beg, what he will give you? You come to us, we'll give you home, we'll give you beautiful wife, we'll give you something to get, maintain yourself. And he got bewildered. Not by their magic, but by his desires. And he left Mahaprabhu's service. But Mahaprabhu, knowing that this is not my servant, this is servant of Nityananda Prabhu, how will I show my face? That I left his servant. So to save him, Mahaprabhu personally went. And this Bhattadi attacked Mahaprabhu with swords and so many things. And it got ulta. The swords were attacking them only. And then he caught calāḥ Krishna Das. How? Come now. Come now. So by this process of taking shelter of devotees of Krishna, we will be delivered ultimately. We will be delivered. So that's the only saving grace. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami says that this path of devotional service is slippery. I am falling every day. But by the support, the stick of devotion, by devotee association, I can walk. So yes, if we stay in devotee association, we will be delivered. And we will get corrected. And then we will be having the capacity also to take corrections. Initially, it's so difficult to take corrections. I remember initially when I went for the first time in book distribution, one devotee, he tell me, Prabhu, you're not chanting Krishna properly. Like since 1 year I'm chanting and this guy is telling me, my anger was becoming like a volcano, about to erupt. But so, okay. I don't know how it got controlled. How it got controlled. By mercy of book distribution, I think so. Yeah, so we get a capacity to tolerate also and take corrections also, and then with this proper attitude, we become eligible to please Krishna. Thank you. We will take your question in the last. I will ask others in the last. Is there anyone else? Behind. There was someone? There. हाँ, उनको दो, वो माता जी को. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. You were saying that we should associate with seniors because they have taste for chanting and hearing. So I was wondering what's the best way to associate with our seniors, especially when we've been around for a little while and we get familiar with them.
Yeah. Oh, you were talking about associating with seniors who have taste for chanting and hearing, how we should associate with them, if you are familiar with them. So not like that, oh, how is going everything, buddy? Huh? Yeah. Association means following instructions, taking instructions. So senior devotees, they teach by giving instruction, they teach by setting an example also. So we have to be in the learning spirit always. That's why we have to be conscious. Although we are serving together, but still familiarity leads to contempt. Yeah. We should not be over familiar. Yes, we can share our mind, but that should not lead to over familiarity and taking things for granted. So yes, we should associate means taking instructions. So we should ask them, Prabhu, any instruction? Prabhu, any seva for me? This is the proper way of associating. Thank you. No one else? So yes, Prabhuji. Hi, yeah, mic is for you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question has actually changed listening to that question.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, association with devotees, isn't it? So you have given the definition that one who has surrendered is a devotee. Otherwise, he is not.
Trying to become a devotee. Is not?
Yeah. Wonderful. The one who has surrendered is a devotee. Otherwise, he's trying to be.
It's good.
He's not a devotee.
It's good.
It's good. It's good. Yeah. So mathematically, what I see is
which mathematics?
Means devotee is equal to surrender is equal to God realization. So do you see a single devotee? And I don't want Prabhuji. Sorry to say. What I am getting is all goal-mole answers, Prabhuji, everywhere, isn't it? I loved it when Narendranath, Swami Vivekananda, Narendranath in his days asked it to Ramakrishna. He was getting answers. What he was asking, have you seen God? So he was getting all goal-mole and twisted answers. But when he went to Ramakrishna Paramhans, he told, yes, I have seen God. So I loved it. Yes, I have seen God, and I talked to him just like as I am talking to you. In Bengali, he might have said. So,
what is your question?
The question is association with devotees. Tell me a devotee. Tell me a devotee who is a God realized.
Yeah, coming.
Because devotee is equal to surrender is equal to God realization. Yes.
Very nice mathematics.
Yeah.
I will tell you one more mathematics. When you are not in association of devotees, you will say, I am God.
Yeah.
And the categories, the personalities you mentioned, they say like that, I am God. You are God, he is God, everyone is God. When does this happen? When you are not in association of devotee. Because devotee will say only one thing, I am servant of God. And then in Bhagavatam is mentioned, who is this God? Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. His name is mentioned, his father's name is mentioned, his village is mentioned, his friends is mentioned. Who has this? Tell me. So you have this, why you are getting bewildered? With faith, try to follow. You are just hearing, not following. You are following your mind, what you are liking as per your mind's liking.
Everyone else is.
No one is else. One who is trying to surrender, he's trying to follow. He's pushing himself. He's crying. This is what a devotee does. He's not able to do. He's crying. Please help me. We are proud. That's why we are not crying, and that's why we are using our intelligence, which is contaminated. When our intelligence is purified, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then we will become eligible to understand everything. Thank
That's
you.
not the answer, Prabhuji. I'm sorry to say that. Yes. I'm very extremely sorry.
I will
because
give you
because you are saying
No problem.
you are saying no one is God, but that is not the answer. That is not the answer. So sorry on that.
Leave the mic. Leave the mic.
Yeah.
Leave the mic. To satisfy your ego, I won't change the Siddhanta.
No. So, okay. Ego,
Many people does that.
Ego is actually everyone's existence. Everyone is having ego. Is there anyone who is not having ego? Hare Krishna.
So
sorry on that.
thank you. Hare Krishna. So ultimately, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Samabhik Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nityā Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare Bhagavan.